Happy morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the growth and development of newborn. That is growth and development of the newborn. Before going to the topic, just we will overview about what is growth, what is development. Okay, just I will give brief um, introduction about growth and development. Here the growth means it is increase in physical size of the whole or any of its parts of the body, that is called as growth. Units generally used as inches, centimeters and in pounds or kilograms. Mostly it is measured by the kgs, centimeters and then pounds and kilograms. Okay, here mostly it is an quantitative, it should be measurable. Okay, that is called as growth. Next one is development. What is development? Here the development is a progressive increase in skills or capacity to function, that is called as development. Okay, growth and development of newborn or neonate, both are same. Who is newborn or neonate? Here a newborn or neonate is a child from birth to 28 days of age, means 0 to or birth to 28 days of life or age is called as newborn or neonate. Okay, this is about the growth and development of the newborn. Okay, next, what is the weight of the baby immediate after birth? Here we will discuss weight of the baby, height of the baby, head circumference, chest circumference, and then biological changes or development we will see. Okay, here first one is the weight of the baby. The average weight of the baby is 2.5 kgs to 3.5 kgs, that is 5.5 lb to 10 lbs. Mostly our Indian children weight is 2.5 to 3.5 kgs. Okay, and here about here the child birth weight is lose 10th percentile, that is loss in first 10 days. That is second point, listen carefully, lose about 20 to 30 grams per day in first 4 to 5 days after birth. Okay, here the child is lost. How much it is lost? Means mostly the 10th percentile. 10th percentile means here mostly 2 to 3.5 kgs, no? So 20 to 30 grams per day baby weight is lost. Here the child birth weight is lost, that is 20 to 30 grams per day. Okay, but regains weight by 10 to 12 days. How much the baby gains the weight is after 10 to 12 days, means that is 30 grams per day. Okay, baby is gains each day after 10 to 12 days of how much it is, means 30 grams per day. Here the one formula is there, expected weight gain from the term infant. Listen carefully, the formula it is age in day minus 10 into 20 plus 3000 grams. It is one formula. You have to assess the child's expected weight gain after the 10th day. Means when we are measured, if the baby is term baby, that time only we are using this formula. This is about the baby's weight, how much the baby weight is, that is Indian weight is normal 2.5 kg to 3.5 kg. Okay, that is there. And next coming to, we will discuss about height of the baby. What is the normal height of the baby? Means the average length of full term babies is 50 centimeters. Okay, always you remember only centimeters. Centimeters lo maatrame గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. How much the baby length or height both are same. మనం అసెస్ చేస్తే ఫుల్ టర్మ్ బేబీకి how much it is means 50 centimeters. It may call as 20 inches. Okay, the normal range is 45 centimeters to 55 centimeters. Okay, and then in the first month of the baby typically grows 2.5 centimeters. Okay, baby is growing. When it is growing means in the first month baby typically grows 2.5 centimeters up to 2 to 4 centimeters. This is about the height. The thing is there, the average full term baby height or length, how much it is means 45 centimeters to 50 centimeters. That is very important. Okay, next coming to discuss about head circumference. Here the head circumference, how much it is means the average head circumference about 34.5 centimeters at birth. Okay, the range of head circumference at birth means the range between ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడి వరకు ఉంటుంది అని అంటే 33 centimeters to 35 centimeters. Always you should tell about the range. Exact never you tell. Okay, the range of head circumference at birth is 33 centimeters to 35 centimeters. By the end of the first month increases about 37.6 centimeters. It is an estimation. Okay, here the child is increasing her head circumference. The average or the range of head circumference at birth is 33 centimeters to 34 centimeters. Okay, did you get this point? Okay, and next one is chest circumference. Here the about the birth chest circumference will be 31 centimeters to 33 centimeters. The head circumference will be approximately equal to the chest circumference for first 24 to 48 hours of the life. Okay, here the head circumference will be appear equal to the chest circumference for the first 24 to 48 years of life, but after 2 to 3 days the head circumference will be greater than the chest circumference, that is 2 to 3 centimeters. But here the chest circumference when it is how much it is means 31 centimeters to 33 centimeters, remember. Okay, that is about the chest circumference. And next we will check about the physical development of the newborn or biological development of the newborn. Here the how much the physical development of the child will be there means here we will check about the vitals. Here the temperature means here the how much the body temperature warmth is there means that is 36.5 degrees centigrade. Okay, that is the temperature of the newborn. The heart rate is 120 to 160 beats per minute. When we are compared to the adult and the newborns, how much the variation will be there? Adult heart rate is 72 to 80 beats per minute, but here the heart rate of the newborns is 120 to 160 beats per minute, remember. Okay, ఎంత ఉంటుంది న్యూబోర్న్లో 120 నుంచి 160 బీట్స్ పర్ మినిట్ ఉంటుంది. అడల్ట్లో మనకి ఎక్కడుంది 72 నుంచి 80 వరకు ఉంటుంది పర్ మినిట్. దెన్ that is heart rate. And then next we will see respiration that is 30 to 60 beats per minute. Here the respiration is very rapid. Then the adult, when we are compared to the adults, 18 beats per minute it is there, 18 to 20 beats per minute it is there, but in the new ones that is 30 to 60 breaths per minute it is there. Okay, that is about the respiration. Next coming to the blood pressure. Here the blood pressure systolic is 70 to 90 mm of Hg, diastolic is 40 to 60 mm of Hg is there. Listen, you should observe here the carefully when you compare to the adult and never deviate. Don't tell 120 by 80, but here the newborns the systolic blood pressure is very less, the blood pressure is very less. Here the systolic is 70 to 80 mm of Hg is there, diastolic is 40 to 60 mm of Hg is there. This is the physical development of the newborn. Okay, temperature is 36.5 degrees centigrade, heart rate is 120 to 160 beats per minute, and respiration is 30 to 60 breaths per minute. When we go to the blood pressure, the systolic is 70 to 80 mm of Hg, diastolic is 40 to 60 mm of Hg. This is about the physical development or biological development of the newborn. Okay, this is all over the what is growth, what is development, what is who is neonate, and then what we are identifying in the newborns, everything we will learn. Okay, next coming to the physical examination of the newborn. Whenever we are identifying the appearance of the child, okay, here the appearance of the child is very soft, smooth and opaque color, and then pink color is there. Here whenever we are identifying by physical examination, first by physical examination we are identifying the skin, how the babies look like. Here the baby is very soft, smooth and opaque. The color of the baby is pink in color. Okay, that is about the skin. Under the skin only, here the child skin is what it is there. Okay, vernix white greasy material is there present. It is there, it is present in the all over of the body. Okay, baby's body. Okay, that is called as vernix caseosa. Okay, this is called as vernix caseosa. Vernix caseosa means whitish greasy material that covers the baby. Okay, this is called as vernix caseosa. Next we will see the, this also vernix caseosa. Next we will see the milia. Okay, milia, milia. It is present early newborn. Okay, here present in early newborn, that is white papules scattered on the chin, nose, forehead and then cheeks. Okay, have you seen? That is white papules scattered on the skin. Okay, skin over the face, that is chin, nose, forehead and then cheeks is there. This is called as milia, milia, milia. White papules scattered, it is there on the chin, nose, forehead and then cheeks. Okay, have you seen this one? This is called as milia, milia, milia. Okay, next, this is called as how the baby is look like. Erythema toxicum, ERYTHEMA, erythema toxicum, TOXICUM. What is erythema toxicum? Means skin with a red, yellowish, white papules in the center. Have you seen this baby? Okay, this is white, skin is having white, a red, yellowish papule, center it is having white papules is there. Okay, this is called as erythema toxicum. Have you seen? This is called as erythema toxicum. Mostly newborn babies is having erythema toxicum. Okay, next, all of you clear? This red papules centered, it is having white papules, that is called as erythema toxicum. Okay, and next we will see about the Mongolian spots. Mongolian spots means here the dark blue or purple macular spots is present over the back of the baby. Okay, here what is Mongolian spots? Dark blue or purple macular spots, it is present over the back of the newborn. Have you seen this one? Okay, this is called as Mongolian spots or blue spots. ఓకే, హియర్ కొన్ని పిల్లలకి అయితే వాళ్ళ బ్యాక్ బటక్ మొత్తం ఫుల్ డార్క్ బ్లాక్ కలర్లో, బ్లూ కలర్లో వచ్చేసి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసే ఉంటారు. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ మంగోలియన్ స్పాట్స్. ఓకే, this is about the Mongolian spots. Next we will check about the here up to that we check about identify the skin. What we identify? First one is appearance, second one is vernix caseosa, this is vernix caseosa, third one is milia, and then erythema toxicum, next Mongolian spots. These we are identifying whenever we are observing the skin. Okay, that is verb. Next one is whenever we are identifying the head. Okay, this is the second one. Whenever we are identifying the head, it should be turned as far as the shoulder in both directions. Okay, the head is turning as far as the shoulders in the both direction, that is right side and then left side. Okay, that is about head. Whenever we are identifying the head, we have to check about the fontanelles. Here the fontanelles, I told you fontanelles are two is there, that is here this is anterior fontanelle. What is the shape of the anterior fontanelle? The shape of the anterior fontanelle is diamond shaped. How much the length it is there means 4 to 6 centimeters in diameter. Okay, this is how much means 4 to 6 centimeters in diameter. This is called as anterior fontanelle. When it is closed anterior fontanelle, okay, I told you in milestones 1.5 year or 18 months it is closed. And next one is we will check about the posterior fontanella. Yeah, this is the posterior fontanella. What is the shape of the posterior fontanella? Triangular shape or lambda shape. Okay, this is posterior fontanella. Okay, when it is closed means 6 weeks of the newborn's life or 1.5 month the posterior fontanella is closed. Have you clear? And next we will check about the under the head only carpet succedanum. Here the carpet succedanum, here too it is there, carpet succedanum and cephalohematoma. First you will see this picture, this is called as carpet succedanum. Okay, here the carpet succedanum means a diffused edema or edematous swelling of the soft tissue of the scalp that may extended across the suture lines. Here the suture lines is there, no, that is sagittal sutures and frontal sutures it is there. The skull is having sagittal sutures. This suture is called a sagittal suture. And then here it is, what is carpet succedanum? A diffused edematous swelling of the soft tissues of the scalp that may extended across the suture lines. Here this is called as edematous. Okay, edema. Here it is having some liquid. Okay, it may cross the suture lines. Here the suture lines is there, no, in between. It may cross the suture lines. Okay, that is called as carpet succedanum. ఏం లేదు, పుట్టిన వెంటనే తల ఇంతలా వాచిపోయి ఉంటుంది బికాస్ ఆఫ్ డిలేడ్ సెకండ్ స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ లేబర్. ఇట్ వోంట్ క్రాస్ ద ఇట్ మే క్రాస్ ద సూచర్ లైన్స్. సూచర్ లైన్స్ని క్రాస్ అయి ఉంటుంది. మధ్యలో సూచర్ లైన్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, మీరు ఇక్కడ చూసే ఉంటారు. ఒక్క నిమిషం, నేను మీకు సూచర్ బాగా చూపిస్తాను. ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ లైన్స్ ఈజ్ దేర్, నో, సారీ. Yeah, this is these sutures is there, no, from anterior to posterior. Drawing lines, coronal, these are the coronal sutures, these are the frontal sutures. One minute, ma'am. These are the frontal sutures, this is coronal sutures and then sagittal sutures. Whenever the carpet succedanum, మీరు ఈ రెండు ఈజీగా ఐడెంటి, carpet succedanum ఈ సూచర్ లైన్స్ దాటుకొని వస్తుంది. సెఫలోహెమటోమా, హెమటోమాలో ఇక్కడేముంటుంది అంటే ఈ సూచర్ లైన్స్ దాటదు, ఈ మధ్యలో. చెక్, ఇట్ ఈస్ హెమటోమా, ద బ్లడ్ ఈస్ కలెక్టెడ్ హియర్ బట్ ఇట్ వోంట్ క్రాస్ ద సూచర్ లైన్స్. దట్ సెకండ్ పిక్చర్ సెఫలోహెమటోమా. చూడండి, ఈ ఒక్క పక్క మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది, ఇంకో పక్క వస్తే ఈ పక్క మాత్రమే, మధ్యలో ఉన్న సూచర్ లైన్స్ని క్రాస్ అవ్వదు. దాన్ని సెఫలోహెమటోమా. బ్లడ్గా ఫామ్ అయితే అదైతే సూచర్ లైన్ని క్రాస్ అవ్వదు. ఓన్లీ ఫ్లూయిడ్ అయితే సూచర్ లైన్ క్రాస్ అవుతుంది. దాన్ని బట్టి మీరు అది క్యాపిడ్ సక్సీడనమా సెఫలోహెమటోమానా ఈజీగా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. సెఫలోహెమటోమా మీన్స్ సబ్పరైటల్ హెమరేజ్ that never exceeds the crossing of the suture line. That is called as cephalohematoma. Okay, all of you clear? This is carpet succedanum, this is cephalohematoma. Carpet succedanum means it may cross the suture lines. Liquid, the swelling may cross the suture lines. Cephalohematoma, hematoma means blood is accumulated, okay, in the cephalus, but it won't cross the suture lines. అందుకని ఈ పక్క ఉంటే ఎంత పెద్ద కొమ్ములాగా ఉంటుంది, ఇటు పక్క వస్తే ఇంకో పెద్ద కొమ్ములాగా ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎ సెఫలోహెమటోమా. చెక్ హియర్, దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద స్కాల్ప్. ఓకే, here it is the suture lines is there. Okay, here this is blood and then serum is there. It won't cross the suture lines. ఇక్కడ క్రాస్ అవ్వలేదు, చూసారు కదా. దట్ ఈస్, check here, this also in between that suture line is there. Here it won't cross the suture line, so it is called as cephalohematoma. It is crossing the middle suture line, so it is called as carpet succedanum. Second picture. Okay, clear? That is, and next we will see about the face of the baby. Okay, head is finished. Next we will check about the face of the baby. Under that, eyes. See how the eyes will be there. Eyes are symmetrical, white sclera, symmetry of the movements, usually dark iris until 3 to 6 months it is there. Usually child is having dark iris, okay, until 3 to 6 months it is there. Checked. Okay, here the eyes are the symmetrical, wide sclera also is there, symmetry of the movements. Okay, if it is squint eye, the symmetric of the movements it is not there. Okay, this is about the eyes of the baby. Okay, and next coming to the ears of the baby, how the face, under the face eyes is over, and next one is ears, how the ears will be there. The position should be similar on both sides. Okay, whenever we are identifying child's ears, the low set ears it is there, that is some congenital malformation is there. The normal location is determined by drawing an imaginary horizontal line from inner canthus of the eyes perpendicularly to the vertical axis of the head. Okay, whenever we are draw one line from the outer canthus or inner canthus of the eye, what happen here, the the eyes are perpendicular, ears are present perpendicularly, same as in the eyes position. Okay, that is called as how the position of the ears will be there. And then hearing capacity, alert, the alert and spot movements in the presence of the conversation or noise. Okay, child is automatically knows about the movement of conversation, alertness. Okay, so we will identify the hearing capacity. Okay, that is about the ears. All of you clear? And next coming to the nose. Okay, the nose is symmetrical and patent. Here the no deviation it is there, there is no septal deviation, and then some abnormalities it is not there. That is normal, symmetrical, and then patent it is there. Okay, that is about the nose. Next coming to the mouth and then chin. Here the mouth and then chin, it should be open at equal angle bilaterally. Okay, that is the normal, mouth is open equal angle bilaterally, so it is called as normal mouth and then chin. Okay, this is. And next one is, whenever we are coming to the chest examination, how the chest it should be, means the chest is look like bell shape, mildly protruded abdomen is there. Okay, here check, here the bell shape of the chest is there, and then protruded abdomen it is there mildly, but it is 1 inch less than the head circumference it is there. Okay, so that is about the chest. Next we will see about the abdomen, how the abdomen it should be. It is very soft. Okay, sometimes it is protruded. That is about the abdomen. Next coming to the umbilicus, under the abdomen umbilicus. Okay, what we are identifying means, normally position it midway between the xiphoid and then pubic region. Okay, here where it is in between the xiphisternum and then between the middle point of the pubis, so it is located, the umbilical. Here the umbilical cord it is having 2 arteries and then 1 vein is there. Okay, here how many it is there, means cord should be contain 2 arteries and then 1 vein. Remember, this is a viva question, how what it contain in the umbilical cord, they are asking 2 arteries and then 1 vein it is there. Okay, that is about the we are checking about the umbilical cord. And next coming to, we will seen about the genitalia and then anus. Okay, first we will see about the female genitalia and anal assessments. The term newborn, labia majora covers the labia minora and then clitoris. Mucoid vaginal discharge due to the maternal hormone, some vaginal whitish discharge it is there because of the mother's hormones is influence to the baby. Okay, next hymental tag may be present, and then anus is patent it is there. Okay, this is about the female genitalia. Okay, nothing is there in the female genitalia. The term newborn labia majora covers the labia minora and then clitoris. Okay, that is about the female genitalia. And next one is the Male genitalia. Here, the anus of the newborn must be inspected to the certain that is present, patent, or not covered by the membranes. You should check about the anus. And then male genitalia, the scrotum is pendulous, and both the testicles are present in the scrotum. That time only it is normal. Male with one or both undescended testicles, it may lead to the further evaluation, or that is abnormal condition. In preterm babies only the undescended testicles will be there. That is we may refer to the further evaluation. Okay, but the same, the scrotal rugae, the scrotum is thick black in color. It is having two testicles. The penis also is having urethral opening. That time only it is normal. Okay, the glands is completely covered by the foreskin at birth. The penis length is 2.5 to 3 centimeters. The testicles is descended. Scrotum is highly pigmented. Anus and rectum is patent. That is called as male genitalia. All of you clear? And next we will see about the musculoskeletal system. Here, musculoskeletal system. Neonatal bones are soft and flexible. Mostly cartilage, small amount of calcium it is there. Joints are also is flexible and then elastic. So because of flexibility only babies pass through the vagina, that is pelvic bones. It may pass because so much of flexibility is there in the newborn baby bones. Newborns should be repositionated frequently. Okay, the bones are also repositionated frequently. Next one is newborn muscles. That is up to newborn bones and newborn muscles. The random movements also is there in the newborn muscles. Although uncoordinated movement should not seen limited. Here always the coordination will be there. The tremors of lips, extremities, normal during the crying. Okay, tremors means ఏడుస్తూ ఉంటారు babies crying అప్పుడు. The consult the tremors during the sleep may constant tremors during the sleep may be pathological. Okay, sometimes it may be there in the during the sleep. Okay, that is the tremors of lips and then extremities. Whenever baby is crying, always moving the hand vigorously. Okay, that is called as tremors. Okay, this is about the musculoskeletal system of the newborns. And next, nervous system, central nervous system. I have explained about the central nervous system, about reflexes. Just I give only I am mention the reflexes. The reflexes are already, the class is over now. The reflexes are rooting reflex, sucking reflex, swallowing reflex, gagging reflex, extrusion reflex, blinking reflex, doll's eye reflex, palmar grasp, plantar grasp, and dancing reflex or stepping reflex is there, and Babinski reflex, tonic neck reflex, and then Moro reflex is there. These are the central nervous system. Whenever we are identifying reflexes, you should be right. Okay, that is about the reflexes. Whenever we are identifying the central nervous system of the newborn babies. Okay, under the central nervous system only you should write the reflexes. Okay, next coming to the nutrition of the baby. How much the nutrition is needed for the newborn baby means the calories is 120 calories kilocalories per kg per day. How much baby is needs? ఒక రోజుకి ఒక కేజీకి ఎంత కావాలి? 120. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ బేబీ వెయిట్ ఈస్ 3 kgs మీన్స్ 360 kilocalories is needed for each day. Okay, that is protein is 2.5 to 3.5 grams per kg per day. Okay, how much the protein is? 2.5 to 3.5 grams per kg per day it is there. Okay, that is fat is 30 grams per kg per day it is there. If it is fatty 30 grams per kg means if it is 3 kgs baby, how much it is needed? Fat 90 grams is needed for each day. Iron is 0.27 milligrams per kg per day is required, and calcium is 200 milligrams per day is required for term babies. Vitamin D is 400 international units is required daily for newborn babies. Okay, vitamin C is how much it is needed means 50 milligrams per day it is needed, not per kg. Listen, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin C is per day only. Okay, and fluid how much it is needed per each kg body weight means 120 ml per kg per day it is there. If it is 3 kgs baby, how much fluid is required for each day? 360 milliliters is needed for each day. That is about the newborn baby's needs of nutrition for each day. All of it clear? This is about the needed, how much calories is needed, protein, fat, iron, calcium, vitamin D, and then vitamin C, and then fluids is needed for each day. Okay, this is very important. And next, coming to the needs of the newborns. Here the needs of the newborn, what are the needs is required for the newborn or neonate means first one is love and affection. It is very very important to provide proper, because they are fully dependent to their caregivers or their parents or mothers, so they need some love and affection for whenever they are giving care. Okay, need for the human contact, that is whenever baby maintain trust, it may leads to human contact. Okay, so kangaroo mother care, and then keep the baby along with the mother's lap, that is very very important. Child needs for the human contact. And next one is child is needed for the sensory stimulation. Okay, always you should stimulate the sensory organs. Okay, whenever we are providing touch, okay, that time baby may comfort. Whenever we are talking with the baby with eye to eye contact, they receive some perception. Okay, whenever you are talking with the baby, they maintain proper auditory maintenance, hearing capacity. So sensory stimulation is needed. And then baby is having proper sucking. Okay, you have to check if it is weak babies is there. Okay, whether baby, whenever baby is sucking the breast, that time they get some they are not having that much energy to suck the breast, so that time baby is unable to take normal breast milk. That time you have to observe whether the baby is sucking or not. And next one is breastfeeding. It is on demand feeding, or 2 to 3 hours the breastfeeding is needed for newborn babies. At demand feeding 8 to 10 days it is needed. Okay, maintaining body temperature, always you should provide proper warmth. Whenever you are not providing proper warmth, what happens, the thermoregulation is impaired, so child is having other complications related with the CNS. Okay, next one is hygiene is very very important. Proper frequency changing of the diapers, and then bathing, cleaning, and everything is important for the good hygiene is needed for the newborns. And next one is prevention of injury and then aspiration, because of whenever baby is breastfeeding, or the baby is under the bottle feeding, what happens, some aspiration will be there. That time you have to maintain proper prevention of aspiration and then prevention of injury. Okay, next one is prevention of infections. How we are preventing the infections means frequent change whenever you are maintaining aseptic techniques, and providing proper warmth and providing proper hygienic techniques, that time we are automatically prevent the infections. And next one is provision of optimal nutrition. Okay, how much the nutrition is needed for each day, you should calculate. Baby is needed 120 kilocalories per day is per kg per day it is there. So means how much per day baby is needed, 360 kilocalories is needed. Whether it is attained or not, you have to check. Okay, that is provision of optimal nutrition. And next one is monitoring the vitals and then weight and output, whether the baby is passing motion or urine or not, everything you have to monitor, and then check the weight. Okay, and then check the vitals, whether it is deviating the normal, you have to go and then consult to the doctors. And next one is observed by observation of body temperature, hydration status. Okay, if it is baby is having temperature, automatically baby is dehydrated. Okay, then observe the body temperature and then hydration, how much the baby is having normal hydration levels. And then watch for the danger signs of newborn like hypothermia, hypoglycemia, jaundice, and then apnea. You should observe the danger signs. These are the danger signs. Hypothermia means below the temperature levels. Okay, baby is having cold and clammy skin because baby thermoregulation is impaired. Next one is hypoglycemia. Baby the sugar levels is very less, so automatically baby may going to the tremors and shiverings, and babies lost their activities. And then jaundice, you have to observe. Apnea, any difficulty is there whenever baby is taking breathing, that time everything, that and all, everyone should be check. These are the needs of the newborns. All of you clear? Till now we discuss about the growth and development of newborn, about what is growth, what is development, who are newborns, and then what is the physical development of newborns, and everything we learn in this class. I hope everybody is understood. In this class, whenever we are identifying the skin, baby is having vernix caseosa, and then this is called as milia, and then next this is called as erythema toxicum, and then next one is these are the Mongolian spots. These are the anterior fontanella when it is closed, and everything I explained. This is posterior fontanella, triangular shape. This is caput succedaneum and cephalohematoma, both is there. Okay, eyes are symmetrical, ears also is symmetrical, nose is centered, and then patency also is there, equal shape of the lips is there, and then bell shaped chest is there, soft abdomen also is there. Here the umbilicus is centered in the giphisternum and pubic region, and then female genitalia, male genitalia, musculoskeletal system, nutrition needed for the newborn, and the needs of the newborn baby. Okay, these are the steps we learn in this class. I hope everybody is understood about today's class.